Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I do my full face routine that includes primer, foundation, concealer, contour, highlight, blush, highlighter, the full works. So if you guys want to see how I do my full glam face, then just keep watching. So the key to a perfect foundation is smooth skin. And what I like to do is exfoliate my skin once a week at least. These are the two products that I usually use. I use the St. Ives apricot scrub more regularly. I really like this because it's oil free. I have oily skin. It has salicylic acid if you have acne prone skin, which I do, and it's sulfate free, paraben free. I also sometimes use the charcoal and black sugar polishing mask from Freeman. I love this mask because when you put it on, it has a kind of heating effect to it, which I really love, and it makes my skin so smooth and nice. So after I exfoliate and my face is smooth and refreshed, step 2 is primer. And you know I like to use the e.l.f. mineral infused primer because it's silicone based, which means your foundation is really going to stick to it and it's going to last a really long time. So I like to squirt a little bit out on my finger, not much, and I'm going to rub this together and then rub it all over my face, making sure that I get everywhere, under the eyes, under my neck, everywhere. Then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation for this video. So I'm going to put a little bit at the back of my hand, and then I'm going to just dot it all over my face. And then I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge and I'm going to just pounce this on my skin. And this is going to really press the foundation into my skin so that it blends nice. I also like to get underneath the eyes a little bit to add some coverage, but don't worry about that because we're going to add concealer after. So whatever's left on my hand, I just like to go over in the areas where I need more coverage, which is on my cheeks where I have a little bit of acne scarring, around my mouth where it's a bit darker. And don't neglect the neck, guys. Don't neglect that neck. Now I'm going to put on my concealer and I'm going to highlight underneath my eye with my Pro Conceal, of course. So I'm just going to squeeze out some of that product and apply it directly under my eyes. And I'm going to dot it underneath there. And I'm going to do this in a triangular shape because this is going to really lift your cheekbones and give the illusion that you have higher cheekbones. And then I'm going to highlight the high points of my face. I'm taking my little Real Technique sponge and I'm just going to go under the eyes and blend everything out. Gonna make sure and go as close to the lash line as possible and then blend out the bottom there. So now that concealer is done, I'm going to set my face, and the two powders I like to use are the Sacha Buttercup and Camouflage setting powders. I usually find that the Buttercup powder is a bit dark and too yellow for people with fairer skin tones, and actually Sacha came out with a lighter one, but if not, you can also mix these two together until you get the desired shade that you want. But for now, I'm going to use my Buttercup to set my face, and I'm going to use my camouflage powder to bake. So I'm just going to press some of this powder onto a regular beauty sponge here, and I'm going to stamp it on top of my concealer, and this is going to really help my concealer to bake into my skin so it won't crease at all. And I'm just going to bake the rest of the highlighted areas on my face. And these powders do give a lot of fallout, so be careful about what you're wearing. So I'm taking this fluffy powder brush and I'm just going to wipe away all of that powder. And I'm going to set my entire face with the Buttercup powder. This is going to make sure that my foundation stays nice and matte. Yeah, the Buttercup powder, a little serious. So now I like to bronze my face. This is really just going to add some color back into my skin after all of that highlighting. And I like to put it on my cheekbones. I also like to bronze up around my hairline and on my forehead. Baby hair's on fleek. So the reason why we bronze the forehead is to give the illusion that it's smaller by creating shadows on either side. And also the highlight in the center is really going to bring the focus to that point as well, also making it look smaller. So now I'm just going to contour the sides of my nose. I don't really do a lot of contouring because I don't really have much of a nose to contour, but this is just gonna make it look slimmer. So I'm just taking my sponge again. I'm gonna blend out those edges so that it doesn't look too dark or too harsh. And now onto the contouring. So it's right underneath your cheekbones is where you want to contour. That is where you highlight, that is where you're going to put your blush, and that is where your contour is going to go, right there. So I'm going with my 9C contour palette by Morphe, and I'm taking that shade there and mixing it with that one. And I'm really going to carve out underneath my cheekbone. And what your contour is there to do is give the illusion that your face is slimmer than it really is. So you want to create a shadow underneath your cheekbone there. So I'm just laying down my contour. And I'm being really precise with it. And now I'm just going to blend it into my bronzer so that it doesn't look too dark. So now I'm going in with this light peachy blush. And this is the apples of your cheek hair. That's not where you want to put your blush because you're going to end up looking like Bozo the Clown. You want to go a little further out and then drag it upwards. So I'm lightly dusting the blush over my cheeks. And then I'm going to feather it into my contour so everything is nice and blended together. And now I'm going to bake underneath my contour using my Buttercup powder. And this is going to really help our contour pop a lot more. And it's also going to clean up any edges that you might have over blended or where you might have put a little too much powder. So yeah, leave that for a little bit. And now I'm going to dust away that bake. Looking cute, looking cute. And now for our favorite part, we're going to highlight. And I'm using my Morphe M501 brush. This is a fluffy brush, but it really picks up a lot of product. and it blends it into the skin really well. So I'm just going to swirl that around in my pan, and then I'm just going to buff that highlight onto the tops of my cheekbone. And as y'all could see, I did not pick up any extra product. This brush picks up just enough products and it deposits it so well onto your cheeks. You don't ever have to waste any kind of product at all. Y'all don't have to put this much highlight, but I like my highlight to be seen from the moon, so. And now I'm just highlighting the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose there. And of course my Cupid's bow, because I just think it looks really amazing. I love a Cupid's bow highlight. Okay guys, so that is it. That is my full face routine every time I'm getting glammed up. I hope you guys learned something from this video and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more videos like this, showing you all how I do different things. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video.